Hello, everybody. I just received a phone call from a young lady that I don't know how she got my number, but evidently she'd watched one of my videos and she proceeded to tell me that farmers like me was the problem with this country and actually the world, I reckon. I've got a pretty bad temper and I started to really go off, but I decided to listen. And just listen to some of this woman, young lady. She says the way she talks, she's in her probably late 30s, early 40s. Clearly educated in book and computer, but in common sense, I don't think she could get in out of the rain, bless her heart. But anyway, I listened, and we had a little short conversation about several things. One of them was that evidently John Kerry's God. And we talked a while, and I asked her, well, I said, if you get rid of farmers, I said, then how are you going to eat? She said, we'll go to the grocery store. I said, well, let me ask you this. I said, there won't be no grocery store because if you get rid of farmers, I said, where do you think your food comes from? She said, it's processed. I said, well, yeah. I said, but somebody takes it out of the ground or it's grown on the ground, and the hamburger or the steak, if you eat that, or the fish that you eat, it comes out of the ocean. I said, it comes from somewhere. I said, it don't magically just appear at the grocery store. And I know she had to know better, but what do they teach in these colleges? What do they teach, period, anymore? I mean, my good gracious. Then she went on to tell me that I needed a better video camera, I need to learn how to edit, I need to do this, I need to do this to make a video. I said, lady, I said, I'm not making a commercial. I'm not selling a product. I said, all I'm doing is showing people a little bit of my life and what it's like to be a full-time farmer here in the hills of Virginia. I said, it's not an easy life, but look, people. Look right here. There's nothing better than working in the ground, feeling that fresh dirt, a new calf that's born, and you get to watch it, mama clean it up, and it takes its first drink of milk and wobble around it on its first time standing up. There's nothing better in this world that you get to do, a job that you get to do and enjoy what God. Just look. I mean, you're out in the fresh air. Forgive me if I'm talking fast. I'm mad. I mean, that's one of my downfalls. I've got a bad temper. You know, I try to do things right. You know, I mean, when I sell a load of cattle in the fall, I know when they leave here that they was raised right, and they're going to somebody's table somewhere in this country or somewhere in the world. That they're eating something that I raised and took pride in raising. You know, I just don't. And for one thing, it's scary that someone that watches these videos has got to know how to get your private number, and they can find you. Of course, I know this day and time with technology. I mean, you can find anybody, I guess, but it is sort of scary in a way. I really don't know what the title is, but, you know, I had a pretty good conversation with that young lady. It was interesting to hear their point of view, the way they're taught in college. And I asked her what part of the country she's in. All she would tell me she's in a metropolitan city. And I asked her a question. I said, well, let me ask you this. I said, you're on board with John Kerry with methane. I said, do you have a landfill in your city? She said, well, I'm sure we do. I said, well, do you know how much methane gas is emitted from your landfill? She said, well, no. I said, why don't you check and see how much methane is emitted from your landfill, from your filth and your trash in your big city? I said, you can see from some of my videos, I said, I live in God's country. I said, you don't see no trash. I said, you don't see no dump. I said, you see stuff growing the way nature intended. I said, you live in the asphalt jungle. I said, your trash, you throw it in a landfill. I said, it creates methane gas. Well, she got real quiet. She wouldn't say nothing. That's when she proceeded to tell me that how I needed the video, I needed some kind of fancy camera, I needed to edit, I needed thumbnails, and I needed this and I needed that. I'm doing this to show people, a little bit of my life, and I hope everybody enjoys, the cattle and the plowing and what we go through and what we do, and to try to make a living. When farmers sell their product, they intend for, they consume it themselves, you know what I mean? If it's bad, I don't want no contaminated stuff. I buy at the grocery store too, I depend on the old boys out west for a lot of things, and, they farm big time. And what we do here in the hills, Virginia, we just got so much ground, and it's steep and it's rocky, and we do the best that we can. But anyway, that's about all I've got to say. If you like this stuff, subscribe and share it out. And I really appreciate everybody that subscribed. Be careful out there. People are, I don't know, this day and time they're weird. God bless everybody. And I'll see you the next time.